Hi, I'm Russell from Hardy Eye Campers, and in this video I'm going to show you how everything works in your chosen motorhome Spike. First of all, we operate a full-to-full policy on the fuel. When you're replenishing the fuel inside the motorhome, what you need to do is open the passenger door, open the flap like so. There is no cap. You just put the nozzle in, fill it up, and then close it back over again. There is a fuel additive called AdBlue that this vehicle runs on as well. If that runs low and the light comes on the display on the dashboard, all you need to do is replenish the AdBlue. We will refund you the cost of the AdBlue if you bring us the receipt at the end of your trip. The locking of the doors, all you have to do with the key is press the lock button. That will lock the driver and passenger door. However, the habitation door locks in its own right. And all you need to do is push that lever up and that will lock the habitation door. Just to be mindful as well that if you have the keys inside the vehicle with the passenger door and the driver's door locked and someone pushes that lever up and closes the door over, it will mean that the keys will be locked inside the motorhome. It's just to be mindful of that point. So when it's time to change your grey water, this is the water from the sinks or the shower, all you need to do is come around to the passenger side of the motorhome, reach down underneath the motorhome here, pull this lever firmly towards you. At that point the water will drain out of the motorhome underneath. Make sure that if you're on a campsite you're at the right disposal point, or if you're wild camping, please make sure that the water is being drained into a suitable grid by the side of the road. Once the water's drained away, all you do is you push the lever firmly back in and you're good to go again. So when it's time to empty your chemical cassette toilet, all you need to do is come around to the passenger side of the motorhome, push those buttons in, reach down to the blue catch, lift it up, and it slides smoothly out. Something to note, for any reason if that won't come out, don't force it. There's something that you need to do to enable that to freely move. You need to go back inside the motorhome, close the trap door over on the toilet, which I'll show you later on, come back outside and it will slide smoothly out. Always make sure that you're emptying the chemical toilet responsibly, but if you're on a campsite there is a designated chemical waste disposal point, and all you have to do is you lift out across that like so, you open the cap and then you pour the waste out. To give yourself a bit of a helping hand, you push that button there, it brings some more air into the unit, and all you do is tip and it empties. What I would suggest doing after that is opening this slider, twist this open like so, half fill the cassette toilet, close it back over, give it a little bit of a shake, empty out a second time, and then just before it goes back in to the compartment, what you would do is you probably put about half a pint of water in there, some of the blue chemical that we supply, which I'll show you later on when we go inside the motorhome, close it back over again, another shake, and then all you need to do is slide it back in to the compartment until it clicks, like so. Spike is equipped with a really handy garage which is situated underneath the island bed. We use it ourselves for storing things like your hookup lead, your hose pipe, your silver screen blackout blinds, your level up ramps, and your camping step as well, but you can put all your belongings in there when you arrive. To lock the garage door, you twist around like so, but what you need to do, you need to use the key to lock like so before pushing these catches in until they stay in. That will then lock the garage like so. So when you get to your campsite, it's time to hook the motor up to the power source. All you do is you lift this flap up like so. You'll push the cable that we supply straight in. When it's time to unhook before you drive away, you push this lever down and the cable will slide straight off. Just as a fail-safe, we say that it's probably best that you get the lead and you hook it round the driver's mirror just in case you drive off with it still connected. When you get into the driver's seat, you'll see the cable there. and then it'll remind you to unhook before you drive away. When it's time to replenish your clean water, this is the water for the shower, the sinks and the electric flush toilet, this is where it goes in much the same way as the hookup cable. You lift this flap up like so, use one of the keys to unlock the flap, you twist like so, and then you'll just feed your hose pipe in, turn the tap on, and you'll know when it's full because it'll just pour back out of the flap, but there is an overflow underneath as well to let you know when it's time to stop the flow of the water. Around the driver's side of the motorhome, as you can see, is the gas locker. Spike is equipped with two 6-kilogram gas bottles. One of them will be semi-full when you arrive, the other one will be completely full. If it's time to change your gas bottle, what you need to make sure is the valve on the top is closed. You then use the spanner to untighten the thread on the hose and put it onto the new one. Just to be aware, it's an opposite thread to what you're used to. So it will be left to tighten and right to untighten, just something to remember. Once the hose is on the new gas bottle, all you do is you open the valve and that will then feed the gas straight back into the motorhome and you're good to go again. Something to very quickly point out on Spike, the handbrake. The handbrake will always drop down to the floor whether your handbrake is on or whether it's off. So in much the same way as you would do in your own vehicle, you would push the button in, push it down to release the handbrake. When you're applying the handbrake, all you do is you pull the handbrake up like so, but it will always drop straight back down so you're not snagging your leg when you're getting in and out. So that summarises everything outside the motorhome. It's now time to go inside and explain how everything works in there. So now we're inside the motorhome, I'd like to go over the sleeping arrangements. Spike is equipped with an electric drop-down bed, which is really handy and space-saving as well. Before lowering the bed with these buttons here, what you need to make sure that you've done is you've pushed the passenger seat and the driver's seat forward, and that the television itself is pushed back into its original position as well. This will make sure that there's no obstructions and no problems when you're lowering the bed. All you do then is you push the button here, keep hold of it until it comes down and clicks, and then the bed is in its lower position. You then get the ladder, you clip it into this area here, you can climb into bed, and there are also nets to make sure you don't roll out overnight. All you then do to put it back up is push the up button. It does go up a little bit slower than it comes down naturally, but as soon as it gets to its natural position, it will stop. And that's your electric drop-down bed. So now we're inside the main bedroom, and as you can see, it's got a really good size island bed. Something to note, that underneath this part of the bed, there's some really handy storage for putting any bedding, any pillows, any quilts perhaps. And either side of the island bed as well, you've got these really handy, good size wardrobes and hanging space. There are lockers also around the motorhome. All you do to open them is you pull this lever down like so and just lift towards you. Just make sure that they are clicked firmly back into place before driving away again. One of the really good things about Spike is he's got a separate walk-in shower. It's a standard shower with a hot and cold mixer tap. It's got a hanging rail up here for hanging and drying any wet clothes. When having a shower, make sure that the shower screen comes firmly across, like so. But before driving away, just double check that it's clipped securely back into place, like so. Okay, so this is Spike's bathroom, and as I said earlier on outside, before you use the toilet, you need to make sure that the grey lever and the trap door is open. I'll show you how you do that. You lift the toilet seat up like so, and as you can see down here, there's a grey lever that you need to push all the way to the right. Once you finish with the toilet, you flush, and the electric flush is down there, the blue button. As soon as you've flushed, all you do is you pull the lever back across and you're done. Something to point out, you'll know when the toilet's full because there's a little window at the back here which will usually be green, but if it's red that's the time that you need to go out and change and empty the cassette toilet. Inside this locker, you'll see there is an aerial. When you're on your campsite, make sure that you put your aerial all the way up to give yourself a signal. Make sure you tighten the thread as well. Before you drive away, after you've been on your campsite, pull it all the way back down again and tighten it back up. The light switch is situated underneath this locker here, on, off. And the toilet chemical and the toilet roll is situated in the cupboard here. Something else to point out is the bathroom door doubles as a separator to the 2 bedroom areas as well, so everyone can have a little bit of privacy. Spike is equipped with a 3-way fridge, which means it runs either on electricity, gas or engine battery. It's fully automatic, you don't need to do anything with it. It'll be cold when you collect, it'll be sat on gas. When you turn the engine on, it will flick over to engine battery, and when you get to your campsite and you plug the motorhome in, it will go over to electric hookup. It's a really good sized fridge. It's got a cracking size freezer compartment as well, and one of the best things about this fridge is it has got a separate bottle drawer for any alcohol or any beverages. Spike is equipped with a 3-ring gas hob. To ignite, all you do is you twist and push, hold for a couple of seconds to ignite the hob. The grill and the oven is ignited like so. Spike is equipped with fly screens and blackout blinds on every window and skylight. They are spring loaded, so just be careful. You can set them to various different points, like so. The windows have buttons on each lever that you need to push in before opening the window. When you have the window set at the point that you want, all you do is you will twist this lever here. It will hold the window open. Always remember to close the windows and secure them properly before driving away. And when you want to close it, you just loosen that off and close like so. In much the same way as the windows, the skylights have got fly screens and blackout blinds. To open the skylight, you push this button firmly in and you pull down on the lever. It will push all the way across like so. Be careful when you're closing the skylight and make sure that lever is pushed all the way back up before driving away. There are 2 standard plug sockets in Spike. Just something to point out is they will only work if you're plugged into a power source. The first one is located down here behind the passenger seat. The second one is underneath the locker in the kitchen. The USB ports are located here. There's a twin one there, and they are permanent live, so people travelling in the back here can charge their devices while on the move. Driver and passenger can also charge their devices via the single USB port there as well. Spike is equipped with 2 captain's chairs up the front, which is ideal for opening the living area up. All you do to twist the seat around is you reach down underneath the seat here. There is half a lever that you pull out. You start the turn and you twist the seat all the way around. Something probably worth pointing out is you might need to manipulate the seat forward and backwards in order to get the seat to move freely. Before driving away, always make sure that that seat is clicked back into place firmly before driving away. There are no permanent blackout blinds in the cab area, so we do supply the silver screens, which are located in the rear garage area, and all you do is you fix them to the windscreen and the side windows with the suckers, and that will give you privacy and it helps minimise heat into the motorhome as well. To give yourself light inside the motorhome, you need to press the master switch, which is located just here. Once you've done that, you'll notice that underneath the lockers there are various blue lights which are touch sensitive. There are also light switches in various places in the motorhome as you come in on the right hand side, in the kitchen area and the bedroom area. The main light in the bedroom area is also touch sensitive. You just tap like so to turn on, tap it a second time to turn off, and you'll also notice at the back here there are also some reading lights as well, and the switch is just located underneath. In the event of a boiler trip, what you need to do is you need to lift the bed base up, remove the cover for the combi boiler, reach down underneath this left hand blue wire. There's a switch that you push and hold for 10 seconds. After you've done that, that will reset the boiler, which means that you can have hot water and heating again. Spike is equipped with a really handy reverse camera. As soon as you engage reverse, the display lights up to show you anything behind. Something to point out though, it's always handy to have someone guiding you back just to be on the safe side. The cab controls in Spike are pretty much the same as most conventional vehicles. You'll see the multifunction steering wheel here has the cruise control and the volume control on the left hand side. There are some other audio controls on the right hand side and the Bluetooth answer and end call function as well. Down on the right hand side are the lights, the fog lights and the electric mirror adjustment button. In the middle here you have the ventilation controls and the air conditioning, and up the top here you have the radio, which is a Bluetooth unit, which means you can answer and end a call while on the move should you want to. The television can be pulled out and adjusted to suit. To tune the television in, what you would need to do is you need to press setup, you press down twice to search, and then you go down to auto search and you press OK, and then it will search for the TV stations. Once it gets to 100%, you press OK a final time, and then that will mean that you have your TV stations while you're on your campsite. With a television, something very important to point out is you need to make sure it's locked back into place before either lowering the electric drop down bed or before driving away. All you do is you pull this down, push firmly back into place, let go, and you're good to go. So now I'd like to go over the control panel with you. That is the main on-off button. The one above it turns the lights on. That one is the temperature inside the motorhome. That one tells you how much clean water you have in the water tank. Press it a second time, it will tell you how much wastewater there is in the tank. B1 is the status of the engine battery. B2 is the status of the leisure batteries. That button doesn't do anything because this motorhome isn't equipped with an awning light. And most importantly, that button there is for the water pump for the sinks and the shower. So now I'm going to show you how to use the heating and the hot water system inside the motorhome. If you're on gas, then you need to select gas. If you're on electricity hookup, you need to select electricity 1 or electricity 2. At that point, you would go over to the heating element and select the desired temperature inside the motorhome. Once you've selected the desired temperature, you press enter, and you'll see a gas flame above this line here. The gas symbol will also be displayed. When you want to turn the heating off, turn it down to 0, press off, the heating will go off. For hot water, you select this icon here. Press enter. You can have it on eco, you can have it on hot, or if you're having a shower, you can press boost, and then the water will start to heat up. When the water has heated up to temperature, this icon will stop flashing and you'll be ready for your shower. To turn it off again, you turn it to off, press enter, and the system closes down. So that concludes the demonstration of all the controls on Spike. Obviously we hope you have a great time while you're away, but we are always on hand to run through any problems should you have them. You can give us a call on 07421 148 418. Just as a quick reminder, we ask you to replenish the fuel before returning the motorhome, replenish the clean water, empty the wastewater, and make sure that the cassette toilet is completely empty. We look forward to seeing you when you arrive.